We live, baby, yeah. Keep it down in there. Close my door. I said, come close my fucking door.
Language.
Look at what that she.
Language, mister.
Shit. I don't even understand. I said it twice.
You know, normally when people yell at me, I do the exact opposite of what they want.
No matter shit, bro.
I'm just saying.
God damn it, what the hell he done did? I'm on Firefox, that's why.
Hold on 1 second.
Tori Rowe. Oh, she just spoke to you, Joy. So you better.
They only like me. That's why.
I'm fine with that. Totally fine.
Hi, Tori. I'm coming. I'm just trying to get my stuff straight. So Tori is my buddy. We have very deep conversations and we have some nice talks.
Let's have her on the show one day.
We should have Tori on.
Tori, are you available? Fuck you, Palacio. You did that on purpose.
Hi, Joe. I look like I haven't slept in days.
It's probably what? It's probably because you haven't slept in days.
Like my shirt can?
Because I have not been bothering you. That's why you ain't slept in days. That damn shirt.
His name's Ken, Tori.
Oh, dude. I can't remember your name, dude. My name is clearly at the bottom of the Zoom.
I needed some fruit snacks. So what's up, Ken?
Shit, trying to get this done so I can go eat, man. I was in the gym and looked up 7:15. I was like, shit, I gotta go.
Probably should have made sure my tablet was charged before we started this, right?
And I'm sure we'll probably make it through the charge.
What?
I said, we'll probably make it through the little charge you got. My son has had my laptop since he's been here, and oh, Jesus. Pray for me. Please pray for me.
So how is it spending time with your son? How has it been?
Sure, we be chilling, man. You know, he's older, so he be in his own world. He be on his Twitch with his friends and things like that. So you don't be thinking about me. I'm like, hey, you want something to eat? Nah. Hey, man, you want to rap? No. Hey, you want to hang out with you? No. He much rather talk to those guys all day.
Well, those are his friends, his peers. You know, when you were a kid, everybody that is a kid thinks their parents aren't cool. You know what I'm saying?
No, he thinks cool. He just doesn't want to do anything with them. Or he wants to do things on his time.
But I thought you took him to do something on Friday, right?
Yeah, and my hip and my foot still hurts. No, we didn't do anything Friday. Shit, I don't know. My days are running together. What is today?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Today is Wednesday.
It is. My days are running together. Hey, didn't get to announce, but I didn't get a haircut yet. But I don't have the COVID locks anymore, so my hair's done. Big changes are coming. Big changes are coming.
Nice. Tired of seeing you looking raggedy.
Bruh, you know, the last I had, this is episode 29. I had my hair done last episode 28. But the last time I got my hair retwisted was right before episode 1, before everything went to shit. So I've been rocking them since March 20, whatever it was. Making a way out of no way. Making my way downtown, walking fast.
So what do you want to do today, Ken? Do you want to make this a light episode, or do you want to talk about current events? What would you like
Super
to
light. We gotta talk about the current events, you know.
Are you sure?
Let me start it up. Because we got 7 people in here. Speak as you arrive. What's up, everybody? You know what it is. Big Ken.
And Joy the Queen.
She hasn't done one in a while. She forgot. And this is Maybe I'm Tripping. The greatest show on YouTube where me and Joya have mini rants on things that we come across daily. You know, we may see something, hear something, do something. He used to be like, man, I might be the one tripping. So we created a podcast to get it out. Episode 29. Great title today. Great title. Your titles have been on point. We just talking.
We are. We're just talking today. We're going to, I guess, what Ken says is go over some current events. So what would you like to start off with?
The reason why we haven't had many topics is because the Facebook just too much sometimes. I don't even get on like, well, since my son been here. Huh?
Did you say Facebook?
The Facebook is too much.
I rarely ever get on that. So
what up, Joe? What up, Zachary
hey,
Wynn? No, what I'm saying is, here's the thing. I'm only speaking from my perspective, but like I said, the Facebook is too much, dealing with what's going on in the world and dealing with, that's where the Maybe I'm Tripping comes in, because that's where I see, I got you, Joe. Lots of different things, difference of opinions. You know, I go on my little mini rants. Like somebody said something stupid today, and I was just like, why? Just why?
So if you want, I can do other topics other than just that, because I kind of want to keep it light. Only because
we're gonna keep it extremely light. I want to talk about the Atlanta shooting. Atlanta swift with determination, swift with the charges. Felony murder, and his partner is a cooperating witness for the state. I applaud Atlanta. Dude was like, I ain't in it. I'm telling everything. But we may get some justice here in Atlanta. Just keeping it, you know, current and things like that. Julie, the Twitter's too much for me. It's just a lot going on. I'm sick of how do you stop getting them emails? The Twitter is too much.
I agree, Julie. Just delete Facebook.
I don't understand it. But the thing about it is a lot of my friends and family aren't on Twitter. I mean, I am older, no excuse, but A lot of my people, that's where they are. Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, not so much. I have a very small demographic, so I wouldn't be in touch with anyone. So that's why I keep it.
Right. So I agree. I will applaud the swift arrest and swift charging of the police officer that had a hand in another death of a black man. So
Didn't watch the video, but I was talking to a friend of mine. Do you know they carried on the conversation for like 40 minutes?
yeah, I've seen some of the clips of the video. I didn't see the part where he was shot, of course, but I seen where he was just talking to police and kind of really just going through his day, and they were asking him questions. He was like, yeah, I did have this and blah blah blah. And, I was just, just he was just talking. He was talking to them like, nothing was really wrong, and he was okay with the situation and stuff like that. So
yeah, I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take watching another video, so I've never watched it. But Julie, you're right. You're right. He turned state witness because when you are an accomplice to a crime, the first person to talk gets the better deal. Now he may not get off, but he's a cooperating witness to get the better deal.
right.
That's get the police off your ass 101.
So I did have
some 690.
I did have some music news today, if you wanted to hear that.
I got whatever you want.
Meg Thee Stallion's ex manager has a new artist and kind of really looks and sounds like Meg Thee Stallion.
And I know you lying. Please share your screen and show us a picture, please.
I really don't want to share my screen, but
all right, okay.
Because it's a lot that I have to do in order to share my screen.
It's okay.
But I can show you here. This is courtesy of the Shade Room. So that is just a little snippet of her. What do you think about that?
That's crazy. That's crazy. But the thing about it is, it's gonna be in today's times with what's going on is gimmicky and people will follow it because it's controversial. It's dumb. It's the old law is not being followed because if a motherfucker wanted to recreate another Beyonce, they'd be all up over that shit. But since it's the younger generation who don't care about the old law, so she may make it.
I mean, a lot of people were dragging the management. If you didn't know, Meg Thee Stallion and her management had gotten into this legal dispute over her contract and things like that a while ago. She really wasn't saying much about it, but basically what happened was they were trying to say that she was ungrateful and that they helped her and that she wanted to try to leave, and really it wasn't that. She only wanted to leave after they didn't want to renegotiate her contract. She said, when I first started out, I was getting this much, I was doing this and everything, and now that I am a successful artist and I'm out in the mainstream now, I wanted to renegotiate that contract. We couldn't see eye to eye on the terms, and so I believe she decided to part ways with them. So
yeah, they had her in a fucked up ass deal.
Yeah, she involved, I believe, Rock Nation or another company within the business. So I don't know. Honestly, as a musician, I honestly think that independence is the best route to go. It's always good to work for yourself, be able to promote yourself, be able to do the things that you want to do freely without having people pretty much hold you to strings like a puppet and also have their hands in your pockets. So if you know how to do it, it's great. but there's always research and things that you can do to help yourself remain independent and still be able to survive out here. You know?
Everyone's first deal is fucked up for the most part, especially when you're dealing with what you can throw $10,000 at anybody, they're gonna take it,
Hey,
depending on their
Zanelle.
what's up, Zanelle, depending on their situation. But a lot of, I want to say 85% of the artists are taking fucked up ass deals. That's been since the beginning of time. Trying to,
Yeah.
make a name or, try to go the easy route. Let me get this label. Because you remember back in the day, it was like, get signed, get signed, get signed, get signed. That was the, 90s and 2000s. And then towards the teens of the 2000s, that's when independent, buy yourself out of your contract. But, you got to be good. You can't just be, you can't be a whipping Nene as artist. You know what I'm saying? Even with
Right.
Old Town Road, what is he gonna follow it up with? Has he dropped the album?
Actually, if you listen to more of the songs than Old Town Road, he actually is pretty talented young dude.
Yeah,
You can't just listen, and this is what I like about music and what I take pride in with music is you can't just listen to what's on the radio. I don't even have my radio on in the car unless I have my phone hooked up to it and I've already have my playlist ready to go with new artists or with underground people or even with just a bunch of stuff sprinkled in.
Yeah, most of the stuff that I listen to isn't on the radio. Like
Right.
when I get in the car and turn the radio on, I'm like, what's this? Switch. Or every time you get in the car, it's like the same song. Like it stops when you get out, and when you get back in, the same song still playing.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on to the next story that I have. I guess you can kind of consider this music news. It is about Marcus Houston.
What's going on with him?
He is getting married
To who?
to I believe she is now 19-year-old. He's 30, 8.
So he's the new R. Kelly.
I didn't say that, but here are the circumstances.
Basically, it's the same interview. Marcus Houston, do you like teenagers? Now, when you say teenagers, what exactly do you mean?
But here's the circumstances surrounding the story, and then you tell me what you think.
Circumstances? I don't want to hear nothing about circumstances and a grown man marrying a 19-year-old. That sounds pedophilic.
I agree, but
circumstances. What circumstances? She pregnant?
No. Can I tell the circumstances, please? Okay. So first thing is he's 38. She's now 19. Apparently, allegedly, he knew her before she was 18. And then they announced their relationship 11 days after she turned 18. Now, that's not all of it.
What's up,
She, in 2016, when she was 15, she ran away from home. And she is actually have been somewhat adopted by Chris Stokes. Apparently he says, that's like a daughter to me. She has been credited on movies as a art director since she was 15. And then so now Marcus Houston is dating her and engaged to be married.
What the fuck? That is Marcus Houston, R. Kelly Jr.
Hey,
Marcus Houston, R. Kelly Jr. That's all I heard. Aaliyah. That's all I heard. What is this? What is?
Yeah, we're talking about Marcus Houston's wife.
How do you do that? Bruh, we're the same age. I'm not looking at nobody 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm not doing it.
What's the youngest that you would date, Ken? Because you said you are the same age as him, right? What do you feel is appropriate?
I'm a year older than him.
But what do you feel is appropriate?
39. Now let me say this. Over 21.
Hey, Shantae.
What's up, Shantae? That's an adult. Over 21, that's an adult. But being that I am as old as I am, and sometimes in social settings I look younger, a lot of young girls come up to me. Now, I've never talked to a young girl like that, but I've befriended people, but it doesn't last because we don't have anything in common. But I'm 39 and I'm not talking to anyone 19. I'm not doing it. That's just weird. My son is 17.
So that's weird. Like that's your son's age range. They're still teenagers at that time. So
yeah. My son will be 18 this year.
So Brianna, if you missed the story, basically Marcus Houston is 38. He's engaged to a now 19-year-old. Allegedly, he knew her before she was 18, and they announced.
Allegedly, he did.
Allegedly.
Julie, shut the fuck up. Look at what Julie said.
Yeah.
She's not 22.
She's 19 now. Allegedly, he was dating her before she was 18. That's where the alleged comes in, Ken. Apparently, they announced their relationship 11 days after she turned 18. Apparently, when she was 15, back in 2016, she ran away from home. Chris Stokes kind of took her in as a daughter. She has also been listed as an art director on multiple Marcus Houston, Chris Stokes films, which they claim they have no idea why it would be there. They're saying it's a typo because he did address this. And
oh shit, we froze.
And now they're engaged to be married, and she's 19 now. So
yeah, but I'm just saying the writing's on the wall. 11 days after he turned 18. No, he knew her before that. He fucked with Chris Stokes. He knew her when she was 15.
True, because Chris Stokes have had a lot of rumors surrounding him about underage boys.
Yeah, but like, how did she 15 get to them?
I don't know. Apparently, she ran away from home and he took her in because he's such a kind-hearted man.
Okay, let me ask you something. You know me. You know me. You know things about me that a lot of people don't know. And
like you got some nappy edges because you ain't get your hair cut in a while.
Well, it's for a reason. I'm doing something. Something's coming with this. Don't worry about it. But you know me, and I tell you, oh, there's this 15-year-old runaway that I took in, and she's living with me now, and I adopted because she's like the daughter I never had. Now look me in my eyes and tell me what you're gonna say to me.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm calling the police.
Right. Right. So don't give them an out if you wouldn't do the same for me.
I'm not giving them an out. I honestly believe there's a lot of bullshit surrounding that because not only was there rumors surrounding Chris Stokes and underage children, but also Marcus Houston had a hand in that with him. And that's why they're still close all these years and why they still do business together and things like that is because he pretty much groomed him to be the next abuser. You know,
bruh, I can't wrap my head around why would anyone do that. I just can't do that.
Because there are sick people in this world, man. Look at everything that's going on from the Black Lives Matter movement to all the injustices to this types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is there's a lot of sick people in the world, you know.
I watched there's an Epstein documentary. I had to turn it off. It's too much going on.
Yeah, I think I got like through 2 episodes.
You gotta turn it off.
You have to.
It's crazy.
You need to watch the one something next door where the guy was the neighbor. It's kind of old now, but he basically finessed the family and ended up kidnapping the daughter, talking about the daughter wants to marry me, a young girl at the time. But this whole time they were letting him in their home. He says that his therapist told him that in order for him to get rid of some of his issues, he has to sleep in the bed with the daughter and cuddle and all kind of shit.
I saw that. Craziness.
Crazies.
But that was like the one with the guy who he jacked them off in the front seat of the car.
Yeah.
That was weird. When I saw that shit, he said he was in pain, so I jacked him off.
I wanted to relieve him of his pain.
What the hell?
Yeah, Rasby has been saying for all these years that it was Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston that was sexually molesting him and assaulting him. And he said that Chris Stokes was telling Marcus Houston to do that to him as well. So allegedly, that's all I'm gonna say. But that's what Rasby has been saying.
That type of stuff, man. It's a lot going on with that type of stuff. You know, it's all coming out today, but I'm like, God, dog, what the hell?
Yeah.
What else you got?
Let's see. I'm just scrolling through the timeline, and that story was courtesy of the Shade Room once again. Let's go ahead and dive into some toxic masculinity. Future offers his baby mama Eliza.
We're not finna start this motherfucking story with toxic masculinity. We're gonna change the title of this motherfucker because there's nothing toxic about what the fuck would happen. Now, what he did was start negotiations, and she went off the fucking rocker. She's a goddamn crazy. No, you're not gonna go.
How is she crazy? They both laid down and had a baby.
Listen to me, because I know the story. Let me tell it from a baby daddy perspective. You see what I'm saying? Future. Now, we're not starting this with no toxic masculinity. We're not going to do that.
So Future's not toxic?
No. Let me tell you exactly what. No, let me tell you what happened. Future had another baby. That ain't no news. He said, hey, I'll pay you $1,000 a month plus insurance. And, you know, that's what we're going to do. This woman turns around and says, you made $20 million last year. I want $56,000 a month. Is you crazy? Is you crazy?
Okay, now, so
when I'm telling you this, $1,000 is too low. Yes. But $56,000? Shit. I wish I motherfucking would. If anybody ever get that type of money out of me, Joya, kick my ass. Don't start that type of shit with toxic masculinity. Talk about the usury of the female that dangles kids over young men's head. Oh, if you don't do this, I'm not gonna let you do this or this and that, and I'm $56,000.
Okay, so this is what I feel about the situation. First of all, Future is very toxic by his own doing because he has a habit of degrading women. He has multiple children with multiple women, and he doesn't respect them.
What does he degrade them at?
He does not respect them.
What do you mean?
So you don't see well, you're not on Twitter, but you don't see the tweets that he puts out and all of the little quotables that everybody keeps saying, oh, she for the streets, oh, whatever it is, oh, I'm good, love. All of this, he's very toxic. So he picks these women.
No, we're not gonna do that.
No. He picks these women. He gets pregnant.
No, don't move forward.
And he doesn't own up to his responsibility.
So what you say about women with masculine traits who do the same thing? Here's the thing. I'm in the streets. I know how these women are treating men, how they talking about men. Man, don't do that now. Let's not do that. I'm in the streets.
I
I'm
mean,
single.
but a man isn't the only one that can be toxic, and I admit that. But he is a
Yeah,
toxic.
but don't try to say. You see, you didn't say that. All you did was
but
say how
that's what I
toxic
was
men are.
talking just about him. Just about him.
Well, no, talk about everybody. Don't just talk about him. Talk about everybody.
But the story is about him.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Future's
He
toxic.
He could be a victim.
A victim of what? These women didn't rape him.
Circumstance. We wasn't in the room with him.
In those situations.
We wasn't in the room with him. We wasn't in shooting with him in the gym.
We wasn't, but he refused to take the DNA test in the first place because he knew that was his baby, and he knew that, oh, there's more money I gotta pay, because he doesn't want to take care of his kids.
Here's the thing.
Why you think Sierra moved on and got her a Russell? That ain't future child no more.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. Listen, here's the thing. I'm the father of a child. Some would call me a baby daddy, but me and my son's mother, we don't go baby daddy, baby mama. I'm my son's father. But what I'm saying is, we cannot assume, speculate, and come to a conclusion because of what the media portrays, and you can't say what he doesn't do or what he does do, because that's hearsay.
But that's part of court documents.
No, it's hearsay.
It's part
of no. What it is? No, here's the court document. He comes up with the number. She comes up with the number. He says he's not paying his number. That does not equal not taking care of your kids. Doesn't. Because if we put the people in the business, we let the arbiter come up with the number, and then that's what's happening. Once he's court ordered, he pays it. So we can't call him a deadbeat and say he doesn't take care of his kids because we're still in litigations. Right,
but he doesn't offer to spend time with them. When was the last time that you seen him spend time with Lil Future?
We don't know.
We know because he posts every time he does.
I don't follow Future like that. And the thing about this, and when the media puts things out, they put their spin on it.
True, but
so that's why we can't say what he does or doesn't do.
Court documents, though, man.
What court document? One of the baby mamas have posted him saying he doesn't take care of his responsibilities. You have to understand, my baby mama that put up this saying I ain't took care of my responsibility, because you know what it's called? Mad Day. When you don't send what they want you to send, when they want you to send it, it's always going to be something on Facebook, Twitter, something reported to something. Yeah, he not doing this, that, and the other. But you got to understand, they're entertainers, and this type of stuff is entertaining, and it causes revenue by clicking on shit. But we cannot, and here's the thing, and this is why I'm advocating for this, because we cannot say what a person doesn't do if we're not there. Because here's the thing, my son hadn't spent the summer with me for the past 3 years. Someone would say, I'm not in my son's life. That's the outside looking in. You see what I'm saying? You haven't had your son in a while. You haven't gone back to Louisiana in a while. But my son's he has his own phone. We talk, we intermingle money. He has his own bank account that I put money in and give him to him and this, that, and the other. But the outside looking in, me not having him being in Texas and him in Louisiana, someone would assume I'm a deadbeat. Not knowing that there may be circumstances why he can't come over for the summer. There's activities that he can't come and this, that, and the other. But if you look outside looking in and let someone narrate my side of the story, you think I suck. You know what I'm saying? It's
all about how you treat your kids. Yes, Patrick, Ken does have really good crawfish.
We can't go by what an argument in the court, because people lie in court.
True, but I mean, the only thing that I've seen is that he dodged DNA paternity tests. He has refused to spend time with these kids. You know, when a baby is first born.
Who said that?
Future has tweeted out.
Out of all the people who said he doesn't spend time with them, Do they report when he does spend time with them?
Yes, they post pictures. They brag like, oh, he's finally spending time with little such and such.
Yeah, because that spins the narrative.
Okay.
Because it goes probably finally Future has his kid with him. That's the headline.
So let's move to the next story. Also, still in music news, Pusha T has welcomed a new baby boy, Nigel Bricks Thornton. Hey, Sydney, I didn't know you were in here.
She's got here getting on my head, as usual.
Yeah, I've seen Sierra say that he's brought the baby home smelling like cigarettes and pee. But yeah, we're off of Future. So what do you think about Pusha T's new little baby? I'll show a little picture.
I saw it. I saw it brief. Let them people do their thing.
He is very adorable, and I am very happy for him and his wife Jenny.
Here's the thing. Let me speak to this conversation. From the information he's given, he's not exactly the best father, quite honestly. Everything always material from his own post. Got it. But here's the thing. I'll attest that I'm not the best father. And there's always room for improvement. I'll admit that. I wish I'd do more. I want to do more, but sometimes my hands are tied. I'm out here by myself. I think I want to do more. I want to do more. I've always said to myself, I need to do more, but I do what I can when I can. So I'll say I could be a better father.
Right, but at least you're acknowledging that and you're wanting to. He doesn't seem like he's acknowledging that
we can't, here's the thing, we can't talk in speculation. You say seen.
We can't, but
that's you
track records.
What track? I don't know his record. We going by what somebody else told us. That's called hearsay.
Okay.
Here's the thing. He could be the greatest father, and like I said, I do what I got to do when I do and when I can. And sometimes when mad day comes, I'm the worst dad in the world. That's just period. That's what the narrative is. That's what some of my family members say. Oh, you need to come home more. You need to do this more. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. But I'm like, you don't even know what I'm doing. You're just talking about what I don't do or what you feel I should be doing.
Okay, I got some more stories. Let's move past Future.
I gotta be quiet. Go ahead, do your thing.
To the future of things.
Go ahead, do your thing. I'm just going with the topic, what they're talking about.
Okay. So yesterday was Tupac's birthday.
Happy birthday, Pop.
I just want to put it out there that Tupac is one of my all-time favorite artists. I think as far as personalities and music goes, I would have to say Tupac is number one, only because he was so multi-talented, and I would have loved to see where he would have gone had he still been alive. So his music was amazing. His acting was amazing. His love for freedom and justice was amazing. He was an all-around good dude, even though he got in some trouble, he was a bad boy at times, but at the same time, I think all around he was a very great person, and he's always going to be, to me, a martyr. So
I've heard stories about Tupac, about that, and the different personas he had. I'm not going there, but it is what it is.
I mean, everybody has their different sides,
Yeah, but it was like, if it was just, he was one way, but then when we came around, he was another way. Like a light switch. Like they said one instance where he was like, we was just sitting there chilling, and some people walked into the room, and then Tupac came on. Like he was a whole nother person within 2 minutes.
So you're saying like he was like bipolar or something? I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I will say? Tupac is a Gemini, and that's why.
No, two different topics. What I'm saying is, say me. Sometimes I can be articulate, and I can be profound. I can be what I need to be in certain settings. But let's just say some hood dudes come in the room. Now I have to be hood. I gotta, man, don't ever be. I gotta
that. I mean, you gotta look at it like this. Like, he's a celebrity. He doesn't know these people. He's been set up. He's been shot by just regular hood dudes on the street and by undercover police officers or non-uniform police officers.
Not buying it.
All right. Well, anyway, I love you, Pop. R.I.P.
For sure.
Let's see. So another story that I wanted to kind of ask you about was, let me see where it is. Way it is. What's up?
Hey, if y'all got anything in the chat y'all want to talk about, just go and send it out and we'll start ranting about it. Tori, Sid, Boo, Julie, Zanelle, Shantae, Pat, Joe, all y'all. If y'all got something y'all want to get off your chest, man, go ahead and let it go. We just talking. We've been off social media, man. It's a lot. It's like it's one extreme to totally boring. It'll go from nothing going on to this and that, and we're not running away from the racial topics at hand, but George Floyd took a lot out of us. And, we're not running from it, but we're just trying to, shift.
Yeah, and I just feel like there's so much stuff going on. It would take longer than the time that we spend here to even scratch the surface of it. And I want to kind of keep it light,
Right. What's up with Hillary Clinton? I know she lost her case. But I don't really follow the Clintons like that, but I do know she lost. I try to stay away from politicians that don't do anything for me.
I lost the story that I wanted to talk about, but
I wish the chat had like those bubbles of hope, so if somebody typing about to say something. Fake ass laugh.
Hush up.
Yeah, let's see what the trial in June 2nd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, that Clinton shit, that go to the Epstein shit that's too damn deep, man. Too damn deep.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's a lot. I tried that documentary. I said, man, I gotta turn this shit off.
So one thing I want you to go look up is Pizzagate.
Damn it, I don't want to do that. She said it, I thought she mistyped. Damn it.
Oh, shit. Who said that?
Brianna, I'm sorry. Damn, that's why she been quiet.
Oh yeah, Brianna. Yep, Pizzagate. Yeah. Okay, now that Brianna mentioned it, how do you feel about Oprah? Well, I look for another story.
What I think about Oprah, like I was not rocking, but I was, when she was fat, when she was skinny, Color Purple, when she had, the Daily Talk Show, back in the 80s and 90s with the big hair. She had okay interviews. I was a Montel Jordan guy. I mean, not Montel Williams guy. I was one of those guys. But Oprah just never, even with all the money and success and what she supposedly be doing, the book club and things like that, she never, it wasn't my measure of success. Be like Oprah, never was. I just, you know, if she does good, I applaud it. But if she starts the bullshit, like her and Gail King put her under the bus fucking with R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? And when she did the shit about, when Gail did the shit about COVID, they didn't even give a fuck about Gail. They just said, you Oprah friend. She guilty too, you know what I'm saying? So I never, I never, really,
I've never messed with Oprah like that. Even back then when she had her show and everything, I've never liked Oprah ever.
they saying Pizzagate was fake.
No, it's deeper than Pizzagate. It was behind the abduction of children in Haiti after the earthquake. It was behind so many different things that they had their hand in. I do believe that it's not exactly called Pizzagate, but there is something that is a part of an elite pedophile ring that they have had their hand in as well. So
right, but basically, what's popping up now is that whoever broke the story is apologizing for, I guess, the frivolous name of it kind of took the severity out of it.
mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying is that he's they're saying it's false because it should have a different narrative.
Mm.
Shit, said boo. Oprah ain't got no white privilege because as soon as they don't want her no more, they gonna give her back. Just like they did Michael. When they didn't want him no more, they gave him back. When they didn't want Chuck Berry no more, they gave him back. They ain't want R. Kelly no more, they gave him back. All types of shit. Once they done with him, they'll like, nah, they gonna show their white privilege and be like, I have anonymity. If that's the word. If I'm saying it wrong.
So
but once
another
they
story
done with her, they gonna give her back.
Another story I wanted to ask you about
Brianna
being
said
a
we don't want her
father.
either.
Huh?
Brianna said we don't want her either.
Nobody want most of those people that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So being that you are a father, but you are a father of a male, being a father of a female, the Hyman Gate has come up again with T.I. because it is finally aired on the show. What do you feel about the situation of T.I. wanting to go to the gynecologist's office, wanting to check to make sure that his daughter is still a virgin, all this stuff like
that? From his explanation, I think it was blown out of proportion and it was a soundbite. But if I had a daughter and she was going through her yearly exam, I'd want to know. Not necessarily overtly, but is something you want to know?
Is it a problem if she is?
Huh?
Because is it a problem if she is having sex? Because she feels like that if she has sex, then she would be cut off from anything that her father has going on, which she shouldn't be punished for that when her brother, who is younger than her, has admitted to having sex and T.I. just jokes around about it with him and says, you're gonna be a baby daddy.
It's an unfortunate double standard because if my son goes out and makes a child, it's gonna be like, hey, you better get on your shit and do what you got to do. Get your job and take care of that baby, whatever it is, this, that, and the other. But the difference is if I had a daughter and she became pregnant, then it's kind of not like that because it's not like go out there and get a job and take care of your kid. Then it's like, now where the kid gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm raising the kid. So it's a catch-22. Neither of them are right, but it's kind of different. it's
It is
different.
kind of
But I'm
different
saying,
because
but
the
it
woman
goes like
has the
it's the realization of a reputation. Because if I have a daughter and she out there, because me and my son, we had a situation a while back, and I told him, I said, yeah, but you might want to think about your reputation because you don't want to be remembered as this when people come up to you like, when you the one that this, that, and the other, you did that, and you then switched up because people don't forget. You know what I'm saying? So I said, protect your reputation at all costs. But if you want to ride like this, ride with it, 100%. Just like with her, just like because she's a high profile celebrity daughter, men are immature. Like, man, I just smashed Ti daughter. I just smashed Ti daughter, and now that's out there. Now that pushes Ti's hand. Have to go check him, or one of her brothers got to go check him. So it's different when it comes to that. Now with the Hyman Gate, I think the initial situation was in jest, and when asked about it, it became a soundbite for click for media. They like that type of shit. They like that. Let's hype this up because there's no news. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Ti wanting to know if his daughter's still a virgin. Why not? But if she was a goddamn hoe, they'll be putting that out there too. Ti's daughter's found here. Ti's daughter's fucking with this guy. Ti's daughter's fucking with that guy. And Ti's daughter's not gonna be fucking with regular people. It's gonna be some other celebrity son or a celebrity, period.
true.
So I get it, but I think it was blown out of proportion because he's high profile. I'm sure there's other regular fathers who do the same thing, but they're nobody, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Well, true, Brianna. Her Jaime can break from horseback riding, from gymnastics, from sports, all types of things. But like I said, I think it was a soundbite, and it probably wasn't even as severe as the quote. You know what I'm saying? And it's his child. We don't have children, so we don't know. I don't have daughters, so I can't say how I would feel.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got in the news. We have
And Brianna, double standards are gonna be in the world forever because that's just how the world works or whatever. Because, like I said, if she was a hoe, we'd be calling her that too. This fucking fly up in here getting on my motherfucking nerves.
huh?
There's a fly in my room. Well, true, the world didn't need to know. And I couldn't even tell you how the damn conversation came up. I don't remember how it came up in that interview.
It was yeah. It was just crazy. Um
But I guess when you when
here
you when your child can't be in your presence though, Brianna, it's like this fucking fly is getting on my motherfucking nerves.
get
I'm,
you a towel.
I don't have one. I'm in my room. I don't have anything in here. But this motherfucker bold. This motherfucker landing on my fucking nose. I'm like, goddamn fly. But when your daughter gets to a certain age, and being that these kids are becoming overdeveloped and things like that, you'd be so worried in this world with what your kids are doing outside of your sight. I understand you trust them or whatever, but it's a wicked world out here. You know what I'm saying? And we always talk about pedophiles every day and older men like younger girls, and we can teach our kids so much, but when they out of our sight, they gonna do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, he got a girlfriend, and I just hope they're not doing anything like that. But I can't be with him 24/7. I hope he makes the right decision. That's all I can say.
I also want to give another birthday shout out to Mr. Kendrick Lamar. another GOAT in the industry.
I was going to say my birthday was in April. What are you talking about?
Not you, not that Kendrick. I'm talking about the GOAT, Kendrick Lamar. Happy birthday. Love you, brother. You are amazing. Your work is also just an embodiment of just
Fix
everything
men.
everything that Black people would really feel. You know?
What is Sid Boo talking about? Fix men.
Fix men, fix them.
She correcting shit. I don't know where we at. Maybe you should retype it, Sid Boo, so we know what you're talking about.
Well,
I confused.
I understand what Sydney's trying to say. It's like
no,
women
she typed two long things and she's correcting words in them. I don't know which words she's correcting.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, teach them to make the right decisions. I agree, Brianna.
Here's the thing: how many times we were taught the right decision and went and did fucked up bad decisions as older people today?
But that's what she says. It says they'll make their own decisions at the end of the day. You just have to instill the best that you can into them, and then they're humans. They're gonna decide what they want to do at the end.
Because I lost my virginity at 17.
Congratulations, Kim.
I'm just saying. So I was taught.
So your son is now 17. So don't expect him to be out there doing. I mean, don't be upset if he is out there doing stuff.
No, he's his own man. He has to live with whatever decision he makes. I can't. My son's big as me and articulate as me and smarter than me. So whatever decision you can't make a mistake and fall in pussy. You just.
So here's the thing right here.
No, don't do no here's the thing and then do that. Shut the fuck up with things in this.
That exact statement that you just said, apply that to a daughter. That's all we're saying.
Right. But the thing about it is this, like with women, you have to worry about the double standard and your reputation.
But the thing is that until you apply the same statement that you would to a boy, to a girl, those double standards are never going to go away.
Right. But no, listen, that's it's not even a personal thing, it's a societal thing. But it's all in how you navigate what you do. Now, if you want to be out here thotting,
that's her prerogative.
Hold on, listen. Be prepared for the backlash. Don't be thotting and then think that you're not gonna get side eyes and whispers.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying is that it shouldn't be like that. Because if a boy is out here thotting it up, they're gonna give him a doubt and be like, "Hey, he's the man." It should be the same.
But it's like this. Here's the thing: boys can't thot if women don't.
No, women can't thot if boys stop catcalling them and saying, "Hey, girl, hey, girl."
No, listen. Reverse the role like in 2020 of the older women. Oh, I had him. Yeah, I fucked him too. Reverse the role and just be like, yeah, he a hoe. I done fucked him and did all this to him and, ruin his reputation.
Okay. Well, I have one last story.
If they label him a thought, he ain't gonna get no more pussy because they're gonna be like, I ain't fucking with you, you fuck with us.
Let me see. The last story that I want to talk about is courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked. James. What the hell am I talking about? James. Adrian Broner.
James. Such an old name.
He has to cough up $600K to a jeweler after a check bounced. I got one question. Where his money at?
I don't know.
Well, I thought Adrian Broner was going to be the next Floyd Mayweather, and he was doing all this stuff in boxing, and he started falling off, started getting beat up, all of this stuff. Now he's owing $600,000 to a jeweler.
Women can't thought if boys don't. Okay.
It takes two people to have sex, basically. So a woman can't be a thought by herself.
Okay.
Anyway.
So okay, let me tell you, what considers a woman a thought?
Nothing considers a woman a thought. What I'm saying is that shouldn't even be anything to consider. A woman has the freedom of being sexual just as much as a man does. So if a man wants to go out to the club and bring home a person and sleep with them on that same night, he's not considered a thought. But if a woman picks a guy
whoa.
and takes him home,
we gotta change this verbiage. Stop saying men. Those are boys. Gotta stop saying that. Here's the thing. We have to discern. Here's my camera right here. We have to discern. Boys do things like that. We can't keep categorizing males over 18 with a penis as men. We have to stop doing that because men don't go to the club seeking out women to sleep with them on the same night. Boys do that. Boys are promiscuous. Boys don't care who they sleep with. Boys don't take care of the responsibility. Boys do that type of shit. So stop saying men because men, here's my camera, don't do that.
Okay, so if a man, not a boy, gets with a woman, right? No, let me just say something. If a man gets with a woman and they're dating or they're in the courting phases, you know how y'all old people say they courting right now.
Right, courting, yeah.
They're courting. So what if they go into deep conversations and then sexual history is brought up? And the guy was, and the man, I'm not gonna say boy, he says, oh, I've had 7 partners in my life. And the woman turns to the man and says, I've had 35 partners in my life. What does a man say?
Okay.
And that's it.
What they got to do? What your partners got to do? What we got going on?
That's what men say. That should be the answer. Now, other people don't feel like that. If they're like, oh, you had 35 sexual partners, you was out here thought, you a thought, this.
And those are boys who, you have to understand, when you're dealing with adult conversations and males over 18 with penises cringe or has an opinion, those are boys. Men ask questions to understand, maybe want to say, oh wow, that's interesting. What led you to things like that? What happened? What this and this? And I was just doing my thing, just okay, cool, I can understand that, but let's see what we can do from here where I can be your last partner. That's what men say.
Okay, good answer. But that don't negate the double standards in the world.
No, but see, those double standards come from boys.
That's what I was telling you earlier, that they don't even need to be there. If a man can do something, a woman can do it too.
I'm actually outnumbered in this. You're a woman. There's all the women that are active. I'm outnumbered. I feel attacked. I think y'all attacking me. And I'm hungry as hell. God.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and wrap it up. I forgot Ken didn't eat. I
came fresh out the gym, 7:15, and was like, hey man, I got to get home. But we had to get this episode out, man. Maybe we get back on the Facebook and the Twitters. But the thing is, what's going on is just like, guys, we had to take a week off. I had an emotional breakdown. I like a real, like, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting. I had an emotional breakdown dealing with, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, a plethora of other people that I can't Ahmaud Arbery, because it was just like Ahmaud Arbery, then Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Now we got people hanging in Atlanta. We got people hanging in Houston. We got Richard. His name is Richard.
Rashard, I can't remember his last name, but yes, he was killed for
He
being in
was
a
killed
drive-through.
last week on some. It's a lot. And it's just being a black man in America, and it's just you just. Then we got the COVID still going on. San Antonio is going back under Amar Brooks. That's it, Brooks. Thank you. We going back under quarantine. I went to Walmart today. They wouldn't let me because my son had his mask and I didn't have a mask. I had forgotten it at the house, and it was like you can't come in without a mask. They're mandatory in Walmart now, so we going back in that. They're
Well,
sending
that's
out lists.
surprising because I went to HEB on Sunday to pick up a few things, and they had people in there just willy nilly with nothing on their face, and I got what I needed to get, and I get out.
22nd, there's a new order here in Texas. 22nd, we're going back under. They've 22nd, they've signed the order. 22nd, mandatory mask. What's that place right there down the street from my crib? It's called Pickles and whatever. It was some new little spot.
Chicken and pickles or
Chicken
something
and
like
pickles.
that.
They were open a week, confirmed case. They're closed again. There's a list of clubs that have had confirmed cases that have to go back.
Why people should stay home. I've said this. Did I go anywhere? No. Why? Because I knew this was going to happen.
But you got to understand, the economy was failing.
Well, that's up to the government to make a way. It's not always guaranteed that we're going to boom an economy.
Well, no, here's the thing. It was the small business that was suffering. And when the small business suffered, the big box suffered too.
I understand that, but it's up to our government to make a way during a crisis. We have no control over that.
Right. That is true. I'm sorry, my phone's dying. I got an alert, 20%, but I'm good. But no, I'm good, Sibu. Thanks for asking. But yeah, man, Joya knows I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna share this. The George Floyd episode, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. I mean, you probably couldn't tell, but I was shaking the entire episode. Like my body was physically, my hands were shaking. After that episode, it was like, I can't. It's a lot. Then I'm going down rabbit holes on social media and I watch all the other podcasts and it's just like, bruh, what the fuck? It's just like, that could have been me. It could have been me. 6'2", I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. No matter how small I say I am, I'm a big guy. I walk a certain type of way. I look a certain type of way. And people are inadvertently afraid of me or intimidated by it. It's nothing that I'm trying to do. I'm not saying that I'm that guy. It's just what it is. And I can come into an encounter with the police and it could just happen. It could happen. One of the white boys could just be like, he reminds me of this guy in high school. It's white boys killing us.
No, I'm talking about, is that your son in the background?
They on that game, on that Twitch. They on that Twitch. They be playing that Pokemon.
Tell him go check out my boy. Like I told him
to go follow him. He did it right then.
Oh, okay, good. So we
but
might.
They on the Minecraft. They on the what's the other games? Minecraft. What's the other one? It was like The Sims. Fortnite. They on that shit. They talk.
Fortnite is not like Sims.
But it's a simulated type of thing where you build and you do this and you do that. That's just that's what I equated to. Okay, I don't know. He be talking to his friends. He's like 4 or 5 of them on the phone. They be sitting there talking and cracking.
What's your son's Twitch handle?
I don't know. He just had it up. Ken, come here. I'm gonna put him on camera for a second, guys. We got 11 years.
Ken's son. I've never met Ken's son, guys. His name is also Ken.
Come on the camera, man. Don't sit on my lap, but get in the camera. This is my son. We're both wearing red.
Hi, Ken.
Look at him.
What's your Twitch handle?
Am I in the camera? There you go, right there. Oh, it's delayed. It's gonna come up in a second, man. Oh.
You're live on YouTube. What do you want to tell everybody? You want to tell everybody hi?
No. There you go. This is it. This all day. This all day. This all day.
Oh,
What? Do you have a Twitch handle? No, I don't.
He doesn't have a Twitch handle.
okay. Well, me and our Cloud Village is always on Twitch under Patrick Cloud if you want to find us there. But all of us also have our own Twitches. Check out the comments in this video if you want to go and check people out. But we have some good gamers on here, so.
They talking to you. We got the same name, so they're talking to you too. They already spoke to me. But no, listen. What I want to say is, why don't you have a Twitch?
I just probably wouldn't use it how we use like YouTube or something.
So what do you normally stream on?
What do I normally stream on? I don't really stream.
So what are your friends stream on that?
Mixer. Actually, the thing I've streamed on is Mixer because I use it from the Xbox.
He's an Xbox guy. I'm a PlayStation guy. We're not the same.
You getting that new PlayStation?
Don't put me on the spot like that. Shut up. I buy stuff like that. You shut up.
Wait, can you stream on Mixer from PlayStation? Or like, can you stream on PlayStation? I know you can stream.
Figure it out.
I know you can stream Twitch to PlayStation, which I like more.
So why don't you get a Twitch channel so you can get a following? I think they'll follow you.
Because I don't have a PlayStation.
Damn it. There's a PlayStation right there.
I know.
You're here 8 hours a day while I'm at work.
You're right.
Build your goddamn platform, son. Start getting paid. We're gonna start a YouTube podcast for him and his friends. Who's he said, boo? Then a grown boy proceeded to come in the camera. Oh, just wanted because I leaned over. I was just like, you're not gonna say this motherfucker's big as me. You got a race, so you gotta lean down. So I can't, because we can't see because my background. You be fading out and shit. Well, let me see. PlayStation all day, although I do wish I could play the new Gears of War. Y'all crazy.
Gears of War is the shit.
See?
It is.
Don't cuss on here. People don't know that you cuss.
Right.
Damn it.
Wait, I'm a 17-year-old.
Yeah, but still, they gonna say I'm a bad dad.
If Ken allows you to cuss, then you can cuss on here because your daddy be cussing.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Your daddy cussing.
But I'm saying, don't be having people thinking I'm a bad dad because I be letting my son cuss in front of me. But here's the thing: cussing is an expression. They're only words. That's it. They're expletives.
Words have no meaning unless you give them meaning.
That's a fact.
So here's what we can do, Ken. If you're down for it, and if your son is down for it, we can have a gaming episode of the podcast. And come on and talk games. What y'all think about that? Sydney, I know Miss Game Queen would be down for it. She's my friend. She's Game Queen. Sydney would be down for it. I believe Tori would be down for it. We can get on here and we can talk games.
That'd be cool.
He can have an episode by his damn self if y'all gonna do that because I don't know shit about them games.
I mean,
You play video games?
I play 2K and I just got.
That's a video game.
I got the UFC.
That's a video
Well,
game.
I'm a retro
Not
gamer.
exactly.
So I'm a retro gamer.
Yeah.
You hear me? I'm a retro gamer. So the games that I play are Super Nintendo games, DK, Super Mario.
What's your favorite retro game? Favorite retro game? Has to be Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
I knew that was coming.
Okay. Legend of Zelda. That's
I like Majora's Mask more, but Ocarina of Time is just not as time-based, so it's better.
You're right. I agree. Also, what else? Just a bunch of games. I even go all the way back to Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario is so OG.
So OG. Ken is lost right now.
Here, sit down.
I mean,
yeah, Ken, bye, Ken.
I don't know.
All right, guys, we have a new, wait, what is it called? A new co-host, Ken. We'll just call him KJ, Ken Jr., and we are going to be talking games. So as far as retro gamings go, you said you like Ocarina of Time, you like Majora's Mask better, but because of the time-based thing. Tell me your absolute favorite thing about Ocarina of Time. The level, the part that you
my favorite thing about Ocarina of Time is that it's so open world for a game on the Nintendo 64. It has such great world building in comparison to other games. Like you had the OG game Mario 64, of course, that basically laid down the platform for a Zelda title that's always been in 2D to jump to 3D in such a way that it was so foreign because I had played the Game Boy Advance games for Link before I jumped to 64, even though I play on emulators.
Gotcha.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's speaking another language.
I know what he's talking about. We know what he's talking about. Because we be on Twitch. You don't.
Also, what I love about Rayman is the best.
There you go. Thank you.
Especially, I love the Rayman remakes more though, because the older ones are way more glitchy. And I originally played Rayman, I believe, one of the Rayman 3D games on the PlayStation, and I fell in love with it so fast.
So I got a question for you. You are a Legend of Zelda fan. You played Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Have you had a chance to play Breath of the Wild?
No, because I haven't bought it yet.
See, you are missing out.
More money. Newer Nintendo games cost way a lot of money, and my priority when it comes to playing a game like that is if I'm gonna play it for hours on end, which is why I stuck to like Pokemon and I play Smash Bros. Competitive, so I got that game before that.
Okay, Smash Bros. Is one of my favorite. Do you like the Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Fighter?
Dragon Ball Fighters is always for the retro fans of 2D side-scroller fighters.
That's me.
But I prefer my Dragon Ball Z games in three dimensions, which is why I like Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 better.
You're right, Sid Boo. That's exactly what I was talking about. I don't know what's going on right now. This is foreign to me.
Also, my friend Sid Boo is a very big anime junkie. So, do you like anime as well?
I love anime.
What's your favorite anime? We got to switch now. What's your favorite anime?
Favorite anime has to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's just crazy to be crazy.
So, I already got my Halloween costume, and this is what I am going to be. Tell me if you recognize this person.
Cool. I do not play Rainbow Six.
Do you recognize this person?
That is from One Punch Man. I can't remember her name.
Her name is Tatsumaki, also known as the Hair.
I can't get into One Punch Man just because of how much of a gag anime it is. It's not meant to be a serious fighting anime because he's quite literally just a one-shot kill. He's OP for the sake of being funny.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Overpowered.
Okay, OP. Thank you.
We'll do an episode.
Moments, but I won't see myself getting into it.
How long are you going to be in town for, Lil Ken? Lil Big Ken?
Till school starts again, so I'm here for the summer.
Okay. Well, we're going to set it up. We'll get all of my friends in. We're going to talk anime and we're going to talk video games, and we'll get you your own episode on the podcast, okay?
All right.
Sounds good? Sound it out?
Looks like a bro fist.
I know. I have a small hand. All right, Ken, you want to close us out?
I'm about to close out. All right, guys. That's been another episode. We talked current events, my mental breakdown, and my son was introduced to the podcast. He was speaking a whole other language, but we're going to close it out. I'm Big Ken.
And I'm Joya the Queen. Thank you guys so much for joining us again.
And you are. I'm Lil Ken.
Why you pulled him like that?
I didn't really pull him. He came to me. But, that's been another episode of We Just Talking, episode 29 in this thing. Huh?
I just want to thank our Patreons again, as always, in every episode. We thank you so very much. Thank you guys who are subscribed. Please like, share, subscribe, share this with your peoples. Grow the fan base. Let's get it. Bang the bell so you know when we go live.
We got 108 subscribers. We're coming up.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But Ken also has crawfish on Saturdays if you're in the San Antonio area. I'm just kidding.
No,
they good.
I'm the best in San Antonio, and I got them big boys coming this weekend. Yeah, and I got neck bones, and I think I'm gonna do some turkey necks too.
Yeah.
Shit, the grocery store closed. But thank you again. This has been Maybe I'm Tripping. See you Friday or Saturday with Sipping and Tripping with Friends. Hopefully we can turn up and we're gonna get it done. We're gonna have to get so we can get Tori on.
Yeah, we can more than likely get Tori if she's not busy. I know she's doing different things right now. Sydney, if she can come on, and then maybe possibly even Miss Game Queen, and she's a game queen.
Hey, here's the thing. Let's get them all on. Fuck it.
That's what we'll try to do.
All right, we can do that. We gonna piggyback off somebody else's late night idea. We ain't gonna say no names, but we all know we gonna with friends. What? We're gonna piggyback off somebody else's idea.
What you talking about?
Where we get 7 to 8 people on Zoom at one time, late at night, and drinking, talking, joking.
Oh, you talking about Zooming with the homie?
Shut up.
That's not taking their idea because we're talking about one subject.
Girl, listen, let me tell you something. We get the drink, and them stuff. Don't let me get my brother wrong.
But we're gonna be on there with your kid.
Not this weekend. Y'all do that another day.
Okay, well then, who do you want me to get on for this weekend? We'll talk about that later.
As many people as we can, because, like I said, we're gonna be piggybacking off somebody else's. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We're gonna be piggybacking off of somebody else's. Everyone knows who it is. We just not gonna say their name.
Okay. Well, let's get here. We out.
We out, people. Maybe I'm tripping. Like, share, subscribe. Patreon.
I already said that. Shut up.
I'm tripping.
I already said that.
We need it. We need the money. We trying to get to the studio. Peace.